A ferocious crocodile followed the man, but did not attack him. On the contrary, it followed the man very quietly and even allowed him to pet it. The man must have used some kind of magic to make the ferocious beast behave so docilely. This crocodile, called Porto, was saved by the man 10 years ago by the riverside. In an unfortunate accident, the crocodile, which was only a child at the time, lost its mother. Having not learned how to survive in the wild, the crocodile felt lonely and helpless, not knowing what to do, and could do nothing but wait for the return of its deceased parent. Then, a man on a walk came across the poor crocodile. Seeing the wounded crocodile, he decided to take it home and raise it carefully, feeding it and caring for it carefully. After a long time, the crocodile's health gradually improved and it grew bigger and bigger, so the man realized that it was time to release it into the wild and let it regain its freedom. But fate has a strange way of working things out, and one day a few years later, while out fishing, the man came across the crocodile again. The man immediately remembered the crocodile from the scars on his body, and even more surprisingly, the crocodile remembered him. At first, the man thought it was just an ordinary crocodile passing by and did not pay much attention to it. But anyone would feel scared in front of a huge crocodile with a big mouth. The man, thinking that the crocodile might suddenly attack him, tried to move away little by little, but the crocodile followed him closely. But it did not harm the man. After looking at each other for a long time, the man gathered his courage and approached the crocodile, each step very careful, every nerve taut, ready to turn around and run away if things went wrong. Thus the man nervously approached the crocodile, and after spending some time with him, he confirmed that he had no hostile intentions. The crocodile was very docile toward the man, and even came up to him on his own and let him pet him. From then on, their relationship quickly heated up and the crocodile became the man's faithful companion, never leaving him wherever he went and enjoying his time with him very much. Thinking this was the crocodile's way of repaying him, the man named him Porto, and they spent hours each day swimming, playing, and resting together. Even if he did nothing, Porto spent happy hours by the man's side, and even slept with him. Over the years of being together, the man and the crocodile gradually came to understand each other, and the crocodile even began to understand the man's instructions. The man, a staff member at the local zoo, took the alligator to the zoo to show off his wonderful friendship with Porto in front of the many tourists. Not only did that allow him to spend time with Porto every day, but he also earned money from the animal performance to help pay for Porto's daily food expenses. The man played in the water with Porto, holding Porto's back with one hand and greeting the tourists on the shore with the other, until Porto came to the shore and raised his big head showing his sharp teeth. Suddenly, the man slumped over and placed his head under Porto's neck. This impactful sight was quite shocking to those who were watching, but the man spoke to the tourists around him with a relaxed expression on his face. This very dangerous-looking act was routine play for Porto and the man. The man then moved even closer behind Porto, pushing hard and riding his body, naughty lifting his hind legs and putting them down again, which he repeated many times. With these moves, the man proved to the tourists that his friendship with Porto was not easily broken. Meanwhile, Porto was very quiet as if he was already used to the man's teasing and just lay on the ground and let the man touch him. After this, they continued to play in the water. Porto was huge and slow to walk, but once in the water he became very quick. The man first kissed Porto lightly, as if to tell him that he needed his support for the rest of the performance. Then he climbed onto Porto's back, and at that moment the man became like a charging warrior. He picked Porto up from his side, knocking him off balance, and the tourists couldn't help but laugh at the amusing sight. The man tried to pick the Porto up again, and this time the Porto was surprisingly cooperative, showing a soft, doggy white belly and a big tail that splashed in the water as it hit the surface. The positions of the man and the Porto reversed, and the man with the Porto on his back slowly rose out of the water, and the meek Porto waved his front paws wide in a desperate attempt to keep his balance, signaling the man to quickly lower himself down. Porto and the man's strange friendship and amazing performance became increasingly well known, and many people gathered to watch them perform. Originally, the man had also wondered if he could return Porto to the wild. This would allow Porto to live freely in nature again and release his wild instincts. However, Judging from their relationship over the past 15 years, it seems that Porto had his own ideas and was trying to return the favor by staying close to the man who had saved his life. Some believe that he approached the man because of his deep gratitude to him, while others believe that this was a manifestation of his animal instincts. It could be out of obedience and dependence on something stronger. Either way, the depth of emotion and friendship they showed was undeniable. Unfortunately, Porto passed away in October 2011. Natural death is very rare for crocodiles in the wild, and the man held a grand funeral for Porto, singing with deep sadness in front of his body, but also shedding many tears as he thought of Porto. The zoo staff and nearby residents also felt this sad atmosphere and could not hold back their tears. They hugged each other and cried. The car carrying Porto's body slowly moved forward, packed with people who came to mourn, and many people gathered here for only one reason: to say a final goodbye to Porto, the crocodile. Everyone's mood was heavy, and the passing scenery was a microcosm of life over the past 20 years, showing the deep bond between man and animal. The man had lived wholeheartedly with the ravenous crocodile for 20 years, and his actions not only saved precious lives, but also created a deep friendship that transcended species barriers. This genuine emotion made us rethink our relationship with animals and evoked in us a respect for all life in nature. In regions where crocodiles live, people are sometimes attacked while swimming, and they are often regarded as evil or demonic animals. On the other hand, there are also many instances where crocodiles are considered sacred, and there are gods in the form of crocodiles throughout the world. In ancient Egypt, the crocodile symbolized fertility, and the Nile River itself, and the cult of the crocodile-headed god Sebek was popular in Thebes. Crocodiles were bred in temples, and priests fed them to produce numerous crocodile mummies. In this age of extreme scientific and technological development, let us cherish all beings around us and work together to build a more beautiful world where all precious lives are respected and cherished. Thank you for watching to the end. Please feel free to comment. Please subscribe to our channel and give us a high rating if you like. See you in the next video.